extension people. I think they are as crucial as Mheshimiwa Wanyonyi had raised. And I'm going to work very hard with the county governments to ensure that extension farmers, but also working concurrently with the ministries involved in dam building, such as Ministry of Water and Irrigation. And I think that, Mr. Chairman, the other involvement is also the committees of parliament. The committees of parliament on agriculture, the committees of parliament on health, on water and cooperatives. I think sometimes it is also good for us to have discussions together with them. And I propose to also engage them so that we can discuss budgeting and budget allocations also here, together obviously with the budget committee. Mr. Chairman, yes, Honorable Michi spoke about the job, the aspect of job creation in agriculture. And I think that sometimes we also miss opportunities of job creation in agriculture. For example, we are talking about fertilizer subsidies. And we have got companies in this country that can actually make fertilizers. Away from the coast, there are some companies in the coast. And it is true that if we structure the subsidies properly, it is possible that these companies that make fertilizers can be funded or can be part of the subsidy movement so that they too can create jobs. I think whatever we do at whatever time we do it, we need to ensure that any opportunity to create a job is not lost, because part of the challenge we are having with our youth is actually that job aspect of job creation. And I think I alluded to the issue of disease, disease management. Again, research on these issues is going to assist us a lot on disease management. But I think that it is better to use preventive measures, ensuring that the diseases don't occur in the first place, rather than curative measures that we have got to deal with after the event has taken place. On the issue of sugar and the sugar bill, yes, I'm aware that the sugar bill has gone through, and I'm also aware that we produced this year, a large quantity, perhaps the highest quantity, a large quantity of sugar, which actually might save us from importing sugar this year. And I think that is a fantastic development, but it must not be at the cost of the farmer. It cannot be at the cost of the farmer, because I think we should understand that the subsidy to the farmer is not a subsidy to the farmer per se. It is only a subsidy to the farmer directly. It is indirectly a subsidy to the consumer, because it is the
Sugar Act. A nominee is awaiting, if you are approved, to promulgate regulations.
I'm aware of that, Mr. Chairman.
That you are now delving into.
Yes, I'm aware of that, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
And that's what I alluded to. And I think that the regulations will be done in the fastest possible time.
That's what we'll deal with, what Mary Masse is talking about. Yes,
Chairman,
Sharia, PPPs.
He's not even answered my cartels and fake fertilizer.
Mr. Chairman, on the issue of the PPP, I'll come back to Mira. On the issue of the PPP, Mr. Chairman, usually the problem is not the private players in the game. Usually, the problem in trying to craft a private-public partnership, in my opinion, lies, the fault lies with the public sector, not the private sector. The private sector has got a number of things that they normally demand if they are going to put their money anywhere. One of them is very quick decisions. They want us to make this decision about their investment quickly. In the past, I think we should own up as government that we have created so much bureaucracy around the issue of PPP that a person starting the PPP process usually at some point just gives up and goes. I think that one of the entry points for us is to reduce the bureaucracy as much as we can, particularly in the agricultural sector. There are people who express interests to come and lease land and grow, say, for example, rice. All right? And we put roadblocks to them, and we put so many conditions to them that eventually, by the end of the day, they say, if I go to Rwanda, I'll get free land and start this job tomorrow. And they leave. So we are losing a lot of investments, because of our own bureaucracy and the conditionalities that we are using, that we are putting on the private sector people. Conditions that sometimes are official conditions, and conditions sometimes which are suspect. So I agree with you that We must fight more, we must reduce our bureaucracy, and we must be more willing. It should be an objective to bring the people in. It should be our objective to fight for investments to come in, not to put roadblocks for the investors. On the issue of the cartels, as Honorable Dawood raised, and what you are referring to, I think, Honorable Member, is a criminal issue. It's not a policy issue. You are referring to a criminal activity that is clearly going on someplace. You said at the airport, that is clearly going on at JKIA. And I think this is the only thing we can, you and I, is to bring this thing to the attention of investigators. I will do my part in terms of prosecuting and ensuring that through AFA, through the organizations that are in the Ministry of Agriculture, I will ensure and fight to make sure that we unravel any of those practices that might be going on. But clearly, Mr. Chairman, what we are discussing here is a criminal activity and a criminal gang that is operating at JKIA, and it should be referred, in fact, to the police and investigating arms of the government. And I can tell you that that is not something that we are going to just stand by and watch the Mira farmers, get punished for nothing.
Okay. Yes, Junet?
Mr. Speaker, just still on the issue of sugar. But Honorable Nominee, you can see there's a problem in the sugar industry. And stories after stories have been happening for many years, how the sugar sector will be revived. But there's a program the government has started, and they have done well now, I can see in Mumias, the leasing program, and it is bearing results. What are your thoughts on that? Because I come from a sugar growing area. I want to see what your I want to hear what your thoughts are on that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I agree with the Honorable Junet that part of the problem, obviously, in the sugar industry, I'm speaking very quickly on these issues, because as you can see, the time aspect.
Your time is up, actually.
Yes, absolutely. I want to say, Mr. Chairman, that the issue that we want to address, and it is good that the Chairman has pointed out that the bill, is just waiting for the aggression. Increasing efficiency of production is part of the solutions that Honorable Emase was raising. Because if you increase efficiency and you reduce the cost of production, then automatically that wastage that was happening within that structure would go to the farmer. It goes without saying. And it is clear, anybody who has been following that sugar sector issue is clear. With the kind of debt write-offs that we have done as a government, it means that you can reduce that burden a little bit. If we then get licensees, these people who want to work with, who want to partner, the lessees who want to work, with the sugar sector, whether it is, especially the government-owned mills, if they want to come to us, and the farmers are in agreement, and the caucus within this parliament is in agreement that that's the way to go, in order for us to create efficiency in the sugar sector, by all means, that's what we should do.
Thank you, Honorable
Dawood,
Speaker.
you've had more than your fair share.
Yeah.
Which one now?
Mukami?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me first declare that I'm the county MP of the nominee. Honorable Speaker, we have a very serious problem in the pyrethrum sector. Right now, I've received a message from a farmer. They are saying for the last 3 months, they have not received the money after delivering the pyrethrum, and yet, even the workers have not been paid for 2 months. So, Waziri, I would like to hear what you are going to do about that and the measures you are going to take to make sure that we avoid such delays. The other thing is about the dairy farmers. How will you institute reforms in the dairy, tea, and coffee sectors to boost productivity? Thank you.
Thank you. Russell? Dito Russell?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Honorable Mutahi, the objective of the national livestock vaccination is to strengthen disease control and surveillance to create a disease-free zone in Kenya, for Kenya to access international markets and expand the livestock export market. If we go by what you said, that a farmer can be given choice whether to vaccinate his cow or goat, then we are unlikely to achieve this objective. Are you likely to stand by what you have said, or you are likely to change your mind if the House approves your nomination? Secondly, it is on food security.
Thank you, Raz. I was going to ask him the same question.
On food security, I really want to hear from you. 20% of Kenya is the only arable land available for food production. And 80% is ASAL, arid and semi-arid land. This is a debate since independence. And you could be the 20th or the 30th Minister for Agriculture. If the House approves your nomination, I want to repeat that again. What is it that you are likely to do? Because food is expensive today in Kenya. Production of it is expensive. And more importantly, it's because of the scale of production that is low. So in a sense, food must be expensive. As the nominee for the Ministry of Agriculture, what is it that you are likely to do so that we expand the envelope of agriculture food production? And at the same time, what is it that you are likely to do so that there is incentive for farmers to actually feel that, yes, I can produce more maize, I can produce more potatoes? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Mule?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My concern is what he began with, that is the marketing. And I want to put it clear to you that